Yeah, this is the dashboard for Zoho Inventory. So here you can see the basic details of all the stocks you have. And for example, here you have the items to be packed. Here you have the items to be shipped, to be delivered, and to be invoiced. And all the basic details in one glance. If you want to see, this is the page for it. And if you actually start an organization, all these values would be zero. These are the values. Use it for a couple of months, you will have values like this. And here when you come down, you will have a low stock item. Here you can see it. It shows that whichever item goes below your reorder point, it will show those items, and when you click on it, it will directly take you to a page where you can see what are the items which goes below the reorder point. Again, when you go down, you have other details like purchase order details, sales order details, and you can pretty much click on this and see these details for whatever time frame you want to. And again, if you go down, you will have a graphical format for seeing the sales order summary for a particular time frame. Again, you can change it for whatever time frame you want. So that is the summary page or the dashboard you have on Zoho Inventory. Now here you have contacts. When you click on the plus sign here, it will take you to a page where you can create a new contact. So here you can put the first name, last name, whatever has been displayed in red. You have to enter that field mandatorily, and you can come down and here you can select if that particular contact is a customer or a vendor. And when it is a customer, you have these details to be filled. One is tax and payment details, address details, custom fields details. They are notes. I'll show you how to make the custom fields later. And here you can give the tax preference. You can select if it is a taxable or tax or if it's a contact with tax exemption. And here you can select the tax rate. And when you select a tax rate, if it is not available on this list, you can press add new and you can create a new tax. You can put whatever name you want to for that, and you can put the rate here, and you can put the tax authority here, and you will pretty much create a new tax. So that's about the tax and payment details. Address details will give you the option of entering the address for a particular contact. So here is a billing address, and if the billing address is same as the shipping address, you can copy the billing address. When you click on it, the whole address will be copied here, and you can save it. And custom fields, here right now I'll just show you how to make a custom field. On the right top of the Zoho Inventory, you have a gear icon. When you press on it, you have something called more settings. So it will take you to a page like this, where you have something called contacts here, and you have here you can set the custom fields. So I have set date of birth here. That is the reason why date of birth came over there. Whatever you want to set, you can set here and press save. It will pretty much reflect on the other page for the contacts. So that is the reason why here custom fields you have the place called contacts. Now if you want to put in the notes for a particular contact, you can put it right here, and you can save the contact. Now when you go into a contact, again, when you go to a vendor, you probably won't have all those particular details. The tax payment, only the currency will be shown, not all the tax details. Again, address will be there for sure, custom fields again, and notes. So when you go into contacts, you will get the list of contacts what you have. Here are the list of contacts what you have. Okay, it will show you the contact name, company name, email ID, and the work phone details, the basic details of a contact. So when you go into a contact, it will show the details of the transactions and the overview of the transactions you have done with this particular contact. So here it is an overview. Since it is a customer, I have selected a customer here, so the amount which is being shown here is the receivables from that particular customer to you. And here it shows how many items to be packed for this particular customer, how many items to be shipped, and how many to be invoiced All those details will be pretty much shown here. And here are the primary details of the contact. And here are the tax preference for this particular contact. If you have selected one tax preference, it'll be shown right here. And payment terms and everything like you've selected in the contacts will be shown here. And the address and all the details, all the overview of the contact will be shown right here. Again, when you go to the transactions, you will see the details of all the transactions you have done with this particular contact. It will show the sales order number since it is a customer, and the reference number if you have given any, the date, the shipment expected date if you have given a particular shipment date, and the status and the amount. All the details of the transactions will be shown right here. Then you have the recent history on who has edited this particular contact, all the details and the time and the date and what kind of editing has done. All the details are given right here. So this is the contact details you can fetch when you actually get into a contact. You can edit this particular contact by just clicking on edit, and you can right away go to a page where you can edit the contact. So again, you go back. Then when you click on new transaction, you can directly go from the contact details to making a sales order or making an invoice if the sales order has already been made. And you can even pay the invoice if the invoice has been raised. So you can directly go from the contacts. Again, if you click on the more button here, you will have something called merge contacts, associate email templates, email contact, customer statement, mark as inactive, and delete. I just go through all of these. Merge contacts are basically used to merge two particular contacts. The conditions for merging contacts is both the contacts should be running on the same currency, and both the contacts should be either customers or vendors. Those are the conditions for merging two contacts. So once you merge contacts, you will have both the contacts in one name, and you can do the transaction to that particular contact. And you can associate an email template for a particular contact. So if you want to do if you want a different type of email template for a particular contact, you can associate an email template, which can be set again by clicking on the gear icon and going to the more settings. You can set the associate. You can set the email template. Again, if you want to email the contact details of this particular contact, you can click the email contact. Again, customer statement, the details of all the transactions you have done with the customer or all the business you have done with this particular customer. When you click on this customer statement, you will get those details, and those details, if you want to send by the end of a fiscal year to that particular customer and tell him or her that how much business you have done with that particular person, you can actually get this detailed report and send it to that person. If a business with a person is done and dusted, I mean, it is no more. There is no more business happening with a particular person. You can mark it as inactive, or you can delete it. But if there are invoices and everything included involved with that particular person, we have made an interlock. You cannot delete it unless you delete all those details associated with that contact. So the most appropriate way to void that contact is by making it inactive. And again, I'll close this. Next module over here is item groups. So this is the major part of inventory. So by clicking on the item group here on the plus sign, you can put a name for the item group, and whatever is been given in the red, like I've said, you have to enter that particular field mandatorily. And you can give the unit of measurement right here, and you can tell if the item is taxable or not taxable. And one of the most interesting features what we have in the inventory is the multiple item options. So when we click on the multiple item options, we have something called attribute. So when we click on the attribute, like for example, if it's a textile industry, we have a particular t-shirt for of different colors and sizes. So we click on the color. I'll just put in an example. Color of the t-shirt is green, comma, blue, again comma, red. Okay, and I'll add the next attribute, which would be probably size, and I'll put it as L, M, XL, maybe sorry, S. So by doing this, what happens is I can make a maximum of three attributes over here. So by doing this, what happens is all the combinations of green, large, green, medium, and everything will be displayed here. All the combinations. Okay, and if you don't want any of these combinations, you can click right here and delete it. It will just go like that. And if you want to add an initial inventory, you can click on it, and there's a field which pops out, which is initial stock and initial cost. So these details you can enter: the SKU, the initial stock, the initial cost, the cost price, the selling price, which will be different from the cost price. Then all these product-based details you can enter right here, so that it will be easier for you to track that particular item. For different item variants, you can have different prices and different details. So it is pretty easy for you to track a particular item variant. Now I'll go into a particular item variant. Okay, here, as you can see, these many item variants are there. These many items are there. Item groups are there, and inside a particular item group, you have 7 item variant. Here, 5 item variants, 1 item variant. Again, one, one, one. So when you click on one item group, you will get the details of the item group. So under the item group, these are the number of item variants you have under the particular item group, and these are the different item variants with which they are defined. And again, if you click on more, you can either mark it as inactive, a particular item variant, or you can delete it if you want to. And you can add an item to this particular item group by clicking on this. And again, if I click on this, it will show here the different item variants. And if I want to see the details and the business which has been done with one particular item variant, I can simply click on this, and it will show the whole business which has been done with one particular item variant. So here it shows the initial stock, the available stock, the quantity to be shipped for this particular item variant, the quantity to be received for this particular item variant, and here is where you create the reorder level for this particular item variant. You just can click on this pencil symbol, and you can set the reorder level. Probably if you want to put down the reorder level from 20 to 10, you can just type in 10 and update it. It will directly become 10. So once the number of item variant, number of pieces for this particular item variant in the inventory goes down below 10, it will give you an email notification, as well as it will be reflected on your dashboard in the front page, like I've shown earlier. And again, here this is just the overview, and the purchases which has been associated with this particular item variant: the purchase number, the vendor name, the status, the current status of the purchase, the expected delivery date, and the amount of the business are shown here. And again, the adjustments. Okay, right now there are no adjustments done for this particular item variant. But again, if you have done any adjustments for a particular item variant, it will also be shown here. Then the history shows the updates which has been done, and it will show who has done the update and from which user ID the update has been done. All these details will be shown right here. So this is about the item variant. Now I will take you to the sales order, how to create a sales order. Again, by clicking on the plus sign, we will have the customer name, and here you can select the customer name, whichever customer you want. If there is no customer, or if you want to add a new customer, you don't have to actually go to the contacts page. You can directly add it from right here. It will directly take you to the contacts page. And the sales order number will be automatically generated. And if you want your own sales order number, I mean, if you don't want the auto generated one, you can add one manually if you want to, and you can save it. So you can type in whatever sales order number you want to. So most of the people would prefer auto generated sales order numbers. And reference number, for any reason, if you want to put in a reference number, you can put that reference number there. And if you want to put in a sales order date, it's a mandatory field, like you can see it. By default, the sales order date will be shown as today's date, the current date. So if you want to change that sales order date to some other date, you can simply click on the field and you can change it. Expected shipment date, the delivery method. Here, there are many delivery methods, or the shipment places through which you can deliver. I'll go through the integration with the shipment later. Okay, and the price list, what you can see here is an interesting feature what we have in inventory. The price list here shows the mark up or mark down for a particular customer. I'll just show you how to create a price list, okay, after this the new sales order page. Again, if you want to select a salesperson for this particular deal, you can select a particular salesperson. It's a new person means you can type in the name, and again you can select the item. All the item groups, item variants will be shown here. You can select one of those items. When you select the item, the available number of pieces will be shown here. Like you can see here, for this particular item variant, there are only 3 pieces available. So you probably have to select a number which is less than 3. But in case if you select a number more than 3, for example, if I'm selecting 10 over here, click outside, the place where the available pieces are shown, it will turn red, which suggests that the number of pieces available is less than the number of pieces selected for this particular deal. So you will be wondering probably how the sales order can be raised. This is one interesting feature what we have in Zoho Inventory. You can still go ahead with raising the sales order. Okay, and I'll save it as draft. Okay, I have to select a customer first. And again, one more thing is, if in case if you want to select another probably another address than what you have entered for this particular contact, you can simply click here and change the address if you want to. Even the shipping address, if you want to change, you can simply change it. So it is all flexible. And again, I'll go down and save this as draft. So this particular sales order has been created successfully and it is in the draft position. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to go to more, and I have to mark this particular sales order as confirmed. Uh, and after making it confirmed, this particular sales order is confirmed. You can either make it confirmed by clicking on that, or you can make it confirmed by sending this email to the particular customer. So that way it will automatically get confirmed. So and from here you can actually click on the new package. You don't have to go to the left hand side and click on the package and select the sales order. You can directly go from here to create a new package, and you can select the package slip and the date, and everything will be reflected here, and you can simply save it. And again, if you want to create an invoice, again you don't have to go all the way to the left and create an invoice. You can directly go to the invoice here, and you can click here as new invoice. And for that particular sales order you have raised, whatever has been the details you have entered, all those details will be reflected here. And even the items, all those details will be reflected here, and you can simply raise the sales the invoice. So this is how you raise the invoice. And again, I'll go back to the sales order. You go into a particular sales order, you can see the status of the sales order right here. So for example, if you're taking this particular, the top one, the status is confirmed. This is the one we just made. So the status is confirmed, but the invoice it is not being made, and it is not being packed, and it is not being shipped. If you look at this, it is said that it is partially shipped. Okay, and when you keep the mouse here, you can see that it is halfway. It's packed, completed, and shipment is also halfway. So you can see the status of the whole, uh, the shipment and the sales order and the whole business with the customer right here, and even the amount. So that is how the sales order page would look like. Again, if you click here, you can filter all the sales order in the order of whichever is in the draft position, whichever is the confirmed position for packaging to be shipped, already being shipped, for invoicing, drop shipped, fulfilled, and void. Now I will take you to something called drop shipment. So after here we have made 10 orders, and all these 10, like I said, the available pieces were 3, and but we have ordered 10. So there is something called drop shipment. So when you click on more, you can see an option for drop shipment. So when I click on mark for drop shipment, it will directly take me to a page for creating a new purchase order, which will give me a list of vendors which is associated with that particular item variant. So I can select one of those vendors, and the billing address will come right here, and the purchase order, the automatically generated one, and all those details will be filled in, and even the item variant which you have raised the sales order for, they will also be filled in. And the quantity of vendor there is 10, so here also it will be 10. So you can click on save, and it will be saved. And that is how you do the business of drop shipment. So the item will be directly sent by the vendor to the customer without coming through you. That is how the drop shipment works. And if you want to print out the sales order, or anything for that matter, uh, if you want to print out the invoice, if you want to print out the purchase order, anything, you can print it out by clicking right here. If you want to email it to anyone, you can email it. If you want to save it as a soft copy, you can convert it as a PDF. And if you want to edit it, you can edit it right here. So, and if you want to add any comments, you can add a comment for this particular sales order. So that is about the sales order, and I've gone through the packages already, and the purchase order again. Once you can press on this plus sign, the list of vendors will be shown, and you can fill in all these details, especially the mandatory ones. You can select the item you want to purchase from the vendor, and you put in the quantity. It's pretty easy interface where you can simply select all the things you want to, and you can select here if you want to give it to the organization directly or to the customer. So customer means it would be a drop shipment, and if organization means it will be a normal vendor to the organization business. So you can select it right there, and you can click save. The purchase order will be raised. And once you go to a purchase order, again the status, all the purchase order details, vendor name, the status, the partially received, the reference number if you have entered any will be displayed here, and the expected delivery date, the ones you have entered when you're raising the purchase order, and the amount associated with the business. And after the purchase order being raised, you can click on bills. This bill is already been created. If you're raising a new purchase order, you can pretty much click on the bill, and there will be a column called create new bill, and you can pretty much click on it and create a new particular bill. Here you can convert into bill. There's an option for converting into bill. A particular purchase order, you can convert into bill. And now again, bill also, you have just like invoices, you have all the bills being displayed here. So you have all the details related to the particular bill, and even the status of the bill, and the due date, amount, and balance due on the bill. Now you'll be probably interested to know to what all interfaces is Zoho Inventory integrated with. So I will go to the integrations of Zoho Inventory. So here you can see First integration is shipping. So ship under shipping, you can you can see these details. These are the shipping organizations we have integrated with. We have almost all the global shipping organizations, and you can click on the edit settings, and you can enter your details with that particular shipment company, and it will pretty much take care of everything else about the shipment. And you have a big list of shipment companies right here, and so you whichever you're using, you can select that particular company and do your shipment through that company. And when you go to marketplace, uh, right now it is under construction. So I'll tell you what is there in the marketplace. It is the online marketplaces like eBay.com and Amazon.com. Those are the marketplaces we are dealing with. So if you want to do any online business, you can pretty much go to the marketplace, and we have a list of marketplaces we have integrated with. So you can pretty much enter your details, enter uh, enter your account names, and all your details from the marketplace will be entered automatically into Zoho Inventory. So you don't have to enter it separately. And again, going to payments, you have different payment modes. One is PayPal, authorized.net, all these to checkout flow, Braintree, all these you have as the payment gateways. So you can pretty much do the setting and enter your details, and they will take care of your payments. Again, accounting. This is one of the most important and most interesting uh, integrations what we have. We have a seamless accounting with the Zoho books. So here I'll tell you what all things have been integrated between Zoho inventory and Zoho books. Bills and invoice, sales order, contacts, purchase order, even the settings and items, whatever is being given in this flow chart, everything is integrated between Zoho inventory and Zoho books, which means whatever details you have in Zoho books, it will be reflected in Zoho inventory and vice versa. So you don't have to enter your details twice in inventory as well as in books. It is just one time entry, and you can avoid entering for the second time. So that is one interesting feature what we have with the Soho inventory. So the people who are already using Soho books, it'll be very, and if they want more precise inventory control and inventory management, we would suggest that usage of Zoho Inventory will be much easier if you already are using Zoho Books, because all the details will be reflected. Whatever details we have in Zoho Books will be reflected into Zoho Inventory. It makes your work a lot easier. Now, if you go to CRM, Zoho CRM, we have right now the integration of contacts and contact persons, and many more features will be integrated in the future. And right now, we have integrated with Zoho Inventory and Zoho CRM about the contact persons, and in the future, we'll be integrating all the other details as well. So these are the details we have integrated right now with the Zoho CRM. So this is about the integration with the Zoho inventory and the other interfaces. Now we will go to the reports. This is where you can get the final output of your business. So here, this these reports will show you the details of all the inventory outflow and inflow of your business. So you have the product sales report, product purchase report, inventory details, and FIFO cost load tracking. So all these details related to inventory, you can pretty much click on it, and you will get the details of each item. Okay, and uh, yeah, those are the inventory details you'll get. And again, for the purchases also, you will get five different reports. One is purchase order history, receive history, purchase by vendor, bill details, and payments made. So these are the details about the purchases and the reports about the purchases you will receive. And you can select any time frame you want for this particular details if you want to see. And again, sales order history, invoice history, payment received, packing history, sales by customer, and customer balance. All these details also you can get the probably by the end of the month if you want to see the sales you've done for the particular month. You can actually get into it and get whatever report you want. And this is about the activity system mails and activity logs, what how active you were with the interface. Uh, these two will give you the details about that. So this is all about the Zoho inventory. I'll just go through the gear icon here. Here you have something called organizational profile. So here you will be entering your logo and all the details about your organization and your company address and everything. And here you have something called mode of stock tracking. So stock on hand, there are two options. Stock on hand will be calculated based on receive and shipment, and the next one is stock on hand will be calculated based on bills and invoices. So this means that if you're selecting the second one, the bills and invoices, as soon as an invoice is raised, the stock will be reduced, and as soon as the bill is raised, stock will be increased. And if you're selecting the first one, as soon as you ship a particular item, then only the stock will be reduced. And if you receive a particular item, then only the stock will be increased. So you can select whichever mode you want, and that is one unique field what we have in Zoho inventory. And again, if you go to the gear icon, you have users. You can control the users from here. Currencies, whichever currency you want, you can select them. If you want to add a new currency, you can add it by just clicking here. And again, taxes, you can enter all the taxes, whatever tax you want, and they can be custom made taxes because at different places you have different types of taxes. So you can custom make the taxes, and you can put whatever rate it is and tax authority you can put, and you can save it. And again, the price list, which I told I will come back to. Here is a price list. Uh, so I'll just show you how to make a new price list. So I can put a name for a particular price list for your convenience and to your understanding. There are two types of price list. One is markup and markdown. The item rates by a percentage. Most of the cases for a customer it be marked down since no, for a customer who is being your customer for a pretty long time, you will be giving a markdown. If you want to mark up for a particular customer, you can do that as well. So this is where you click and you're selecting whether it is a markup or markdown, and you can give if it is a how much of a percentage you're planning to give it. You can give it right here, and again you can round off to any number, and any description you want to give, you can give it right there. And if you want to select or if you want to give a new price list, and you can reduce the or increase the amount by a particular amount. For example, if you're taking one particular item variant, and if it has been sold as $24, you can give a rate for that particular item. Probably $30 if it's a markup, or $20 if it's a markdown. It's your at your convenience. So everything is very flexible, and if you want to change it the way you want, you can change it, and you can pretty much save it. And that is how the price list is being made. And you can associate any price list with a particular customer. I'll go to the contacts. When you click on edit, you can select the price list right here. So once when you're making sales order, this particular price list for this particular customer will be reflected right there. And if you don't want to give that particular customer that particular price list for any particular sales order, you can put it as none right there in the sales order. So it is not logged, it is unlocked. So you can pretty much change it from anywhere you want. So it is even if you want to change, if you, even if you want to change it to any other price list also, you can change it right there. So that is about the price list. So I think I've covered almost everything in Zoho Inventory.